Right, Christine, I know that I'm going to be doing Lorraine just like you. I'm just writing down some names of people I definitely won't be booking. Ranvir Singh. Nah, don't like her. No, don't like her. I will never book her. Not when I'm on. Not when I'm on, love. Bye.
Cut him off, Christine, cut him off.
Yes, you're gone, Andy, you're gone.
Push him in.
Oh, I bet he does have a list, you know that. He's been in this business for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody who's crossed him, that's it, you're off the list. That's so funny.
Oh, dear. Now, Ranvir has popped over from the Good Morning Britain studio ahead of the return of her hit consumer show, Eat, Shop, Save.
Are you happy with the way things are?
No. We go and do a weekly shop, and then we'll be like, oh, well, what have we actually bought for meals? So then we end up doing daily shops, which cost like £30 each time we go.
I'll just come in and I'll probably do the same as kids. Just go straight into the cupboard and eat junk food.
Are you ready and up for the challenge then?
Yes. 100%.
Time to find out if Dale's master plan has worked.
Do you like vegetables very much?
A bit.
A bit? That is what that sauce is made out of. And this red onion is in that sauce and you've just eaten it and you enjoyed it.
I can't believe the things they were putting on there. If that were in their food, they would not eat that at all. I'm feeling pretty confident now I've seen them do that today.
It is incredible, Ranvir. So many families have really benefited from this series, and I think this family in particular.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's because that they're not at the extremes. You know, you look at them, they don't look like they need to lose weight. They're a happy family. And like all our families, they're just hardworking and quite tired, I think, and just sort of slightly ground down by the rut they find themselves in.
Yeah.
And it's often, I mean, you can see the kids there eating. And I think one of the biggest issues we often have on the show, and the common thread I always find, is that most of our families are parents. You know, it just happens to be the sort of families that we like on, you know, whatever age their children are. And quite often, it is the case that the parents know that they should be doing something slightly better and slightly different, not for themselves, but also to hand on good habits to their children. But they can just see their kids not wanting to eat vegetables because they don't, you know, the parents do a shop on a Sunday with all the right intentions. I do the same. But by Wednesday and Thursday, you haven't really planned what that veg is going into. So it just sort of rots. And then by Thursday, you're on the takeaway, you're on the phone or whatever. And so all of our families are like that. And this particular family, you know, all of them actually, you know, lockdown sort of came in.
Of course, in the middle of this.
Just in the middle of it all. And so then we're all having to think more carefully about what we're spending, our health, spending time together, all of those things. And so in a way, lockdown made the show even more relevant, I think. Yeah, and they saved loads of money, this family.
Well, I was just going to say the money aspect of it was a huge part of the change for them, isn't it? Because we are naturally habit forming, aren't we?
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
very difficult. You do need sometimes a bit of a shake-up and someone to say, no, this is wrong, and do it this way, and it's going to change everything, which it has done.
Absolutely. We've got, so this family saved 4 figures, I won't tell you exactly how much it was, but they had no savings before the 8 weeks. And after 8 weeks, they'd saved £1,000. And we're going to show you tonight how they did that. It is incredible because they don't own their house. They sort of part share own it. And so they were sort of thinking, gosh, in the future, we want to hand something to our children. And so they now can see a way of being able to create that dream for them. We've got another family later on who, and this one was really important for me, actually, the whole diet pill industry. We haven't really covered that on Eat, Shop, Save before, but this particular mum was spending a lot of money on diet pills because she just wanted that fix, and it offers you that, doesn't it, all the time? And the thing we do on Eat, Shop, Save is say, look, there are cheaper, healthier ways to live your life. You don't have to do that. And after 8 weeks, she was evangelical about never going near diet pills again. She thought they were all natural. She was ordering them from abroad. We sent them off to a lab. You know, and then you'll see exactly what was in them. So it's fascinating to me.
And costing an absolute fortune.
Costing a fortune. Her husband was worried about her. And it is amazing in 8 weeks that as long as you stick to it, you can change your life forever. And all our families have done that.
Yeah, and I think Dale plays a huge part in that, doesn't he?
You like him, don't you?
I just think he's brilliant. He just seems to make really simple things work.
Yes.
And you go, why did I not think of that in the first place?
That's it. So I do this hidden veg tomato sauce, which must seem really simple to a lot of people. But I hadn't really thought about it much before I started working with Dale. And then you put all the veg in it, you put the passata in, and it's all lovely. You put your seasoning in, and before you know it, you are feeding your children loads of vegetables without them realising it. And I know not everybody will agree with that. I mean, you're a mum, you probably want, you know, your little one to see a bit of broccoli and want to eat it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not that easy.
Absolutely not.
And you feel guilty about not giving it. So this is a way to get it in, loads of different things.
It's so clever. How have you been sort of managing yourself, Ranvir, with, I know obviously working and you're back now on the telly and everything else, but lockdown, you know, it wasn't an easy period for any of us, really.
No,
but...
and it was interesting how different people went on different journeys, but I think everybody experienced similar things in the end. So I found, I would say, the week before lockdown, and then probably the next 4 or 5 weeks, intensely stressful. And I think it's because my mum's elderly, she lives in my house. I've got an 8-year-old who's 7 then. And so the whole narrative was, don't let children meet their grandparents.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing was keep everybody apart. And then in my house, I've got the grandparent and the 8-year-old, and I'm going into London working every day. So the whole thing just felt like I was going to be the one who was going to, you know...
just implode everything under your own
spread
roof.
something, and it was going to be... So I found it incredibly stressful. I was eating too much, drinking too much, and I've put on a stone. I'm still struggling to lose the weight now, but it's a mindset thing. You know, you've got to... And I think a lot of people, you know, fell foul of eating and drinking too much.
Oh my God, well, there's nothing else to do.
There was nothing else to do. But I felt better. I felt better in the last sort of, I would say, 6 weeks. Things started to just relax, and I started to take it more easy on myself, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
It's taking the breath, isn't it? Going, right, OK.
Yeah, it is.
It's, and day by day, actually,
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time. A new puppy helps, though.
It certainly does. You mean our little teddy bear?
Your gorgeous little
little
teddy bear.
schmizzles.
Oh my gosh, I saw this on your Instagram and thought, oh, love that. So that's you at Westminster, isn't it?
It is. I brought him with me. I tell you what happened. So he was really well behaved, and then I got into a false sense of security, and for a moment just put the lead down like he wasn't attached to me. A crow came along. He was off. He shot across that green, and all I could see was like double-decker buses and my little puppy going that way. So luckily a passerby just could hear me screaming, and he grabbed the lead. And I was like, right, that is never happening again. You know, you can't trust them.
No, absolutely not. And you think you've nailed it, and they're all... And then,
it's like a toddler though, right? It's like having little ones.
But
Yeah,
the best edition.
Oh, it's
best
been wonderful,
edition, isn't it?
yeah.
Also, a new show coming up later on in the year for you.
Yes, because I'm not on enough. You know what I mean? Like, I just like to be on a bit on everything. No, it's lovely.
This is Sunday morning.
It's Sunday morning show. Yeah, exactly. You need to have an alert on your phone when not to watch, maybe, like if I'm on everything. No, so Sunday morning shows, it's going to be lovely. I'm doing it with Alex Beresford, so hopefully he'll bring good weather with him when we do it.
Of course.
It's called All Around Britain. It is really our way on a Sunday morning of just giving you a lovely kaleidoscope of all the wonderful places and people that we don't really get to hear of on national television, because you hear about them in the local paper or on your local news, but there is so much more for them to give. And so we're going to give extended pieces and extended moments to people who you may have seen in your local news, but you won't have seen if you live in Bristol, somebody in Durham doing something amazing. So it really is, and like you said to me before we came on air, about now we're all looking more inward. We're an island and we're constantly looking out, and we always want to go abroad, but actually we're all thinking much more about being at home. And I think it comes at the right time, because we're looking at the great people that make Britain tick and the beautiful places that we do it in.
Absolutely beautiful. That's exactly
Yeah.
That's all I ever did as a little girl, was travel within the UK.
Did
and
you?
It's just beautiful. Yeah, yes. I love this. I love shows like that. So looking forward to it very
Thank
much,
you.
Ranvir, as always. A delight.
Aw.
You going back next door again to do something else?
I'm going to take my heels off and go and get some breakfast. Is that all right?
That's absolutely fine, yeah. And Eat, Shop, Save, of course, is on tonight on ITV at 7:30.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.